Special guest tonight, a fellow who set a league record of 72 goals in 70 games. He was a Fort Wayne Komet when he did it, and it still stands as the best goal-scoring record a Komet has ever had. We're going to be along with our special guest in a moment. Right now, you're listening to Komet Corner on Whoa Radio.
There was a lot of mind-searching, Stub, when you decided to finally pick it up and head back to Kenora, because I know you'd given a lot of thought to living here in Fort Wayne, and you had a lot of friends here. It's obvious by what has happened to you and your success in the family that you did make kind of the right move, didn't you?
Well, as it worked out very good. Like I was telling you earlier, like we still have the fondest memories, Bev and I, and Perry was 9 or 10 years old when we left there, and Perry still remembers all the kids that he grew up with, went to school with there, and we've got the fondest memories still of Fort Wayne.
Well, I'm sure Fort Wayne has a lot of fond memories of you, because you're one of the people that I think really raised Komet hockey to a different level, and all the guys on the teams of that era. That was sort of the second generation and a step above, and certainly your accomplishments will go with total recognition as long as the book is printed. Stub, you did a great job here.
Hey, listen, I had a lot of good guys to play with. Don't forget Johnny Goodwin, Len Thornton, Bobby Rivard, and Cal Punt, and all those guys.
That's some pretty good names there.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened to your old centerman Lenny Thornton?
No, I didn't.
He will be inducted on the 30th of October in the Manitoba Hockey Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, that's just a few miles down the road from us.
Yeah, not too far away. Huh?
Like we're 120 miles east of Winnipeg, so that's not far from Lenny's hometown.
Not a bit. Just kind of trying to find out, as far as the old guys are concerned. Have you kept in touch with any of the local people much at all, Stub?
Not very much, no, because we did like with old timers here for a while, but I don't know. Life goes on, and you get the kids are getting grandchildren, work, and not that we ever forget them. It's just that you just don't keep in touch.
Well, sure, you're lucky in one respect. You came back to the area of your birth, and all you might say your true friends that you grew up with are still back in the territory.
Yeah, a number of them are, but still, you make new ones as you go.
Yep, sure do.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about today's hockey regards your abilities and your talents as against the days when you played and had those great years?
Well, as a whole, it's the game has changed. It's a lot faster. They're bigger and stronger, and they got better equipment. I wish we'd had equipment like they have now. Like our pair of skates weighed as much as their whole uniform weighs now.
That's the truth.
And but the hockey's good. It's I just wish I was playing now for the money.
Well, not only that, but of course I think you were a style of a player that would have really blended in with today because of your incredible speed. And there's a lot more what you might call, the dump, run, and shoot type hockey than we played in those days. And that, with your speed and the way you could bust, that should have really given you a heyday.
Well, let's put it this way, Bob. I didn't back check, so it's all goal scoring now, and they don't want you to back check. They just want you to put the puck in the net. I'd have fitted right in.
That I have to check your sentiment on that. Eh?
Yeah, right.
But it's a tremendous game. But I still say that people who grew in certain areas and eras of the game, what they did and accomplished, and the people they played with, it'd be pretty tough to trade it. I know money is an important thing, but the guys you played with were of an era. They were some great ones.
Yeah, it sure was. Like I've been asked lots of times what I'd do again. I'd never change. I'd do the same thing. Like people are lucky when they can do something that they like to do and get paid for it. And I was one of them. And I'll never forget that.
And and in one respect, with your attitude, you're to be commended because you did get paid. But in the days of yourself and some of the old greats that you've already mentioned, sure you were paid money. But when you look at the same kind of talent and even less that's making such incredible money today at the minor league levels, it must make you shake your head once in a while.
Well, you do think about it, but all you can do is wish them all the best of luck, because we're the guys that built them the road to make this kind of money.
indeed, you're right.
That's what I think, anyway, and I'm glad to see them getting it, because they deserve to get it.
Of course, finally, hockey is beginning to expand with popularity in the U.S. For many years, just certain geographic areas had it, but it seems that hockey is becoming more a North American sport than it used to be.
Oh, yeah, it sure is. Yeah. It's nice to see all the players now that are coming out of Minnesota and all the border states in the United States, and there's a pile of them, and there's good ones.
Indeed, there are. Of course, looking back at what happened in those days. In fact, strangely enough, I just had regards from Bobby Rivard come through a week ago, and I was doing a game outside the city in Peoria. Somebody who was well aware of Bobby. In fact, a fellow's been playing on our hockey club out of Bobby's home area, and I guess Bobby is a very successful golf course pro manager at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's in Peterborough.
Right.
In fact, one of my fellow salesmen that works for Labatt's in Peterborough golfs with Bobby, and I get to talk to Bobby through him all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So it works out pretty good.
Not too bad at all. What's your weather like up there, Stub, and how bad does it get, or how cold does it get, I should say? Not how bad does it get?
Yeah, well, anytime between the second week of December and the end of February can get anywhere to minus 40 below. But we have a different cold here. Like, I can remember when I worked for the city in Fort Wayne, if it was below zero there, it was too cold to go out and work.
Yeah.
Where here at minus 40, it's a dry cold, and it doesn't nip you like that damp cold does in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, you're right, it does get there. And I know my home area in the Upper Peninsula is somewhat like yours, because it does get dastardly cold, but you're right, it doesn't nip you like it does elsewhere.
And you learn to dress with the weather here.
Indeed you do.
Which is, we always seen in Fort Wayne that you never put the right clothes on.
However that happens to work.
Yeah,
well, listen, I appreciate the chance to talk to you, and I know the Fort Wayne fans are going to be pleased to hear that things are going so well for the Dubchaks, and you're continuing to add new Dubchaks to the Kenora population, and I guess that's pretty important, and makes Dad kind of proud to see not only sons but grandsons come along, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. It's a good feeling. I know how my dad felt now.
Indeed you do, and Bev's been doing good. Everybody's well taken care of.
Yes, they sure are.
Well, Stub, it's been our pleasure to have a chance to talk with you tonight, and certainly we hope maybe sometime in the future you and the troops can find your way back down into the Fort Wayne area.
Yeah, well, I hope so someday, Bob. And thanks. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Well, we do appreciate it, and your memories will live forever, my friend, because they are in the book, and that's the important thing. And Stubby, it's just great to have a chance to talk with you, and I know the folks on Comet Corner tonight are going to be pleased to find things are just going super. And may I be the first to wish you Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Bob. Same to you.
Okay, thanks.